Hello, everybody. I'm Brianna, and this is Purified People. And today I wanted to share this article. And this article was written by somebody in the DeFi Academy Wizards group. I saw this article when it was posted. I just stumbled across it last week. And I met the author of this article, Rob Cunningham, and he is a member of the DeFi Academy in the Wizards group. So I got to connect with him last week. And I really appreciated this article. And it does have some opinions along with some facts. And for me personally, I always appreciate hearing other people's opinions. I honor them. Does that mean that I have to share the same opinion? No, but I do appreciate seeing other perspectives. And just having an open mind and just understanding why someone feels the way that they do. So that's why I like and I enjoy the fact that this article has his opinions mixed with some facts as well. So I wanted to share this with you guys. I thought he did a really good job at laying this out. The title's good. Decentralization is inevitable. And that's something that once I realized that decentralization is inevitable, that's when I realized that I was very happy to understand what I know now. Because I would have been, from an outsider's point of view, if I never would have been involved in crypto, if I never would have decided to dive deep into what decentralized finance is, I would have sat on the outskirts and never understood. And I probably would have been very resistant to all of it, knowing me. And because I've dove in, I've done my research, I feel like now I have somewhat of an educated standpoint to where I know I have an idea of what's to come, and I'm seeing different levels of this. And this is why I feel this is really important to understand and share with everybody that we know. So here's where it starts, and it starts off with some opinions. And what he's saying here is, thank God for truth, divine law, and our inherited common sense. I like that first statement, and here's why. That common sense has been one thing that has almost been completely thrown out the window when it comes to our media, and when it comes to the proposals of mandates and things that are put on us from my perspective. And what his statement here, Rob's statement, is: a nation built upon lies, fraud, and ulterior motives has never lasted. True that. People who betray their sworn oaths to honestly serve their fellow man do great harm to their fellow man. And that's what we see happening. What happened to core values? What happened to core beliefs? When we have control taking over, this is my opinion now, when we have control taking over core beliefs and values and just what we base this country around, then that's when we have a real problem, and it should be spoken out about. So, okay, keeping on going. Now back to Rob's words. So what he states here: unfortunately, citizens who are innocent, naive, self-indulgent, distracted, and disengaged from the process of self-governance will suffer greatly as wayward governments run by narcissistic politicians collapse under decades of compounded corruption. Now, this is a really, it's an opinion, but it's also factual. And I love the way that he worded this. And we can sit here and take it personally and say, oh, I'm not self-indulgent, or that's how rude. He's calling me distracted. I like to watch the Kardashians every day, all day. I personally can say that I think everybody is guilty in some form or another of being self-indulgent in some ways and distracted in some ways, disengaged from the process of, what's going on in our world. And it's this whole kind of, I'm seeing from where I stand right now, and I've been in every area of all of these. I've been kind of ignorance is bliss type at some points. I've been self-indulgent, where, you go through your daily habits and they're really only serving you, but they are harming many other things along the way. And it's the internal dialogue when we talk ourselves into those self-indulgent ways is typically, oh, well, I deserve this. Oh, well, I owe it to myself. This is something that I'm just going to do this time, and I'll do better tomorrow. And then you never do better. And it just keeps repeating, distracted and disengaged from the process. Okay. Right here, distracted and disengaged from the process. So So we have so many distractions. There is, can we even pick up a phone and get the one task done that we had planned to without doing anything else or seeing anything else? It's distraction built upon distraction. And whether that's intended or not, its focus is a real hard issue. It really is. And it's easy to be distracted. And it's also easy to say that we're going to stop thinking consciously for a little bit and move into those unconscious ways and go veg out on shows for 4 hours and then decide to be conscious later. That's something that I've really put to rest, and it's been tough. It's not easy. And so this is me adding again my thoughts to his words. We become enslaved by our lack of knowledge until such time we find the courage to escape our captors. Okay, so we become enslaved by our lack of knowledge. I don't even need to say any more there. That's just a statement that says it all. Until such a time we find the courage to escape our captors. And that is where it comes. It always has to hit that point. We kind of go along and it seems like kind of good and fine. And then we hit these like bear markets, we hit these recessions or depressions or whatever we're going to call them. And that's when we decide to really take a look within and try to make some changes. But we need more people to do that. We just need more people to do that. And I really believe that starts by looking within and recognizing what's happening, recognize what's happening on a global scale. So next statement, the controlling minority of politicians in our United States are aligned with the dying, bankrupt European Union, NATO, private central bankers, United Nations and World Economic Forum global agenda. Okay, this is where I don't know enough about finance to know about this statement. That's his statement there. But here we go. Here's where we get to some facts. And here he says that America is financially, morally, and constitutionally bankrupt. 30% of every US dollar in circulation has been produced out of thin air during the prior 30 months. Okay. This is a stat that is astounding. It's been a long time since I heard it for the first time. I remember it was shocking when I heard it, that 30% of every US dollar in circulation has been produced in the last 30 months. So we are going to have some repercussions for that. And to add to that, I watched an interview last night, another one, because I'm just obsessed with listening to Jeff Booth. And he, this was just an eye-opening interview. I learned so much. And he said that the United States they're the only country that can print oil. And I'm not going to go too far into that, but we can basically print oil. Crazy. Next sentence. Today, only 3% of all money on earth can be physically withdrawn from banks. 97% is digital. That's crazy. 3% of all money on earth can be physically withdrawn from banks. 97% is digital. Okay, that's key. Next sentence. Privately owned central banks can continue to produce an infinite supply of new money with no voter approval or political accountability. So privately owned central banks can just continue to produce money. And every new dollar they add makes every existing dollar we hold worth less. So where it's called inflation, can you feel it? I can feel it. And it's absolutely true. And it's crazy that a privately owned central bank can do this and affect everybody in the world. And they're not held accountable, and they have the power to affect our dollar's value. Okay, here's where it gets even better. Globalist bankers are frantically attempting to inflate their fiat money supply to delay the pending financial system collapse. Okay, so Jeff Booth refers to this as kicking the can forward, that it just continues to kick the can to prevent this collapse. But at some point, the collapse has to happen. So we just kind of have this time where things are just being paused, kind of, and the media is just kind of going off to save time. And what's happening is they're trying to construct, so they are buying more time to construct their new central bank digital currency, CDBC, the central bank digital currency, um, system of digital money, power, surveillance, and control. Okay, this is a crucial statement. This is something to not be scared of, but something to be very aware of, because this is the government's, this is their going to be their likely move in this game of chess to try to take that control. Um, and now I'm going to add some of my thoughts into this. We have these leaders in technology that do and invent and create incredible things, such as Bitcoin. And now we have the government taking that technology and using it for their control, or the banks using it for their control. And this is just what drives me insane, is if anything good that is developed, we work like worker bees here. We develop these great inventions, and then this control comes in and tries to take it over and use it for their own greed and for their own good, and then use us continually and farm us. And if it's anything like I've heard, these central bank digital currencies, if this is anything like I've heard, then this is one step toward moving into what we are seeing in China. And that is surveillance and credit systems and control. And I personally feel that if this was happening right now, that just me myself, for even having this video, I would not get credit. And I would be probably a danger to society, or whatever term that could happen if it was to the extremes that it is in China. So this is really serious, and this is something to be very aware of, without being scared of, because we have to remember that we hold the power. There's a lot more of us than there are them. So that's why it's essential to understand and know the differences between the CBDCs, I think this is misspelled, but between the central bank digital currencies and cryptocurrencies. They're completely different. They're completely different. Because a true decentralized cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin, is something that cannot be controlled. It cannot be manipulated by a central authority. And that is what's so brilliant about the Bitcoin invention, that it can be exchanged peer to peer and anonymously. Nobody has to babysit or hold our hand or reap their own rewards out of our transactions, which has been happening for so long, and it's time for it to come to an end, in my opinion. Here's Rob's thoughts. They're in a panicked sprint to build their new digital banking prison before their current fiat banking monopoly burns completely to the ground. Okay, everything's collapsing, and they're trying to buy time. Make no mistake, the only similarity between a CBDC and a true cryptocurrency is that both are digital. Okay, the only similarity between a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, and a true cryptocurrency is that both are digital. That's the only similarity. CBDCs are issued and centrally controlled by global bankers and with unlimited power, zero transparency, and no accountability to any citizen or nation. True cryptocurrencies are issued with decentralized governance, algorithmically programmed and assigned to the owners of each cryptocurrency. True crypto offers full public transparency, perfect blockchain accounting, no ability to issue infinite new supply of the crypto, inflation, and no ability for a government or non-government agency to own, control, or weaponize a decentralized cryptocurrency for political objectives. True cryptocurrency is designed to prevent political perversion of money and the Ponzi scheme system built to steal and destroy the wealth of individuals. We've been following a scam. That is my perspective. And it's time that we put in our efforts to understand these differences and support the side that is going to take our individual freedom and not allow for this scam to continue on. Common sense is all that is required to understand why central bankers, their financed politicians, and captured regulators work so feverishly to promote CBDCs and the few cryptocurrencies project they own and control. Truly decentralized cryptocurrencies are viewed by them as counterfeit money, aka not theirs, and they represent a dangerous existential threat to central bankers who have reigned terror over our world since the birth of the Federal Reserve. Okay, so counterfeit money is truly decentralized in their opinion because they can't have control over it. It's not theirs. I'll read this last statement and then I'll add my final thoughts. Consider carefully where you consume your financial investment and political news in these days of chaos, destruction, and spiritual warfare. Discernment is a blessing from God. Truth will set us free. And that last statement, that last sentence, truth will set us free. Every sentence here in this article, it's not even a very long article. It's just done really well. He did a great job with his words. I truly appreciate this article. And I'm going to share the link to this. But we all have a choice, and we all have to know that we hold that power. And we have a choice right now to go and be non-conscious and go through those daily habits that we typically do. Go veg out to the Kardashians all day, or we can take ownership and accountability and start doing our own research so that we're prepared and so that we're contributing. And that's something that I'm dedicated to doing every day, because these CBDCs are something that are not bright for humanity, and they are not bright for our children's future. And I don't want to be that self-indulgent one that's not contributing to generational wealth. It comes more, it's our daily actions. It's where we place our money every day. It's where we place our value. It's where we place our time. And we are the ones that are valuable. We are the ones that are farmed here in our country. And we are the ones that hold that power. So it's just a message to not forget. And again, I will share this in the description, this article, and make sure that you like it and share it. And that's what I have for today. So thank you for listening. And if you like what I'm saying, or if you have any comments to add, share those, and please subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate you all, and enjoy the rest of your day.